morning. I think today's a beach day. I'm like 80% sure. It was, I don't know, briefly discussed yesterday. Everyone is sleeping except for the little ones. So I can't confirm, but I started making a list of things that I needed to do to get ready for the beach. It's a big to-do. You guys know if you ever go even to the pool, you gotta pack the bags. And if you're gone all day, you have to make sure dinner's ready. So I put together all these meals that I plan on making and then the snacks and lunch. And I thought, well, it would be a travesty if I didn't share these delicious, awesome recipes with you. So I'm just gonna share them all with you. I used to go to the beach, be that kind of person who was like 8 a.m. out the door, gotta get there before everyone else and then enjoy the entire day there. Well, my kids are clearly still sleeping and Alex is not that kind of person. So I've had to adjust. But it works out because now in the morning I have more time to like prep for later in the day. So by the time we get home, it's dinner and then showers and all of that. All right, so I guess we will start prepping for the day. There's just I don't know where to start. I guess we'll start with dinner and then go from there. I tried to gather like all the recipes. Oh, it's a crock pot recipe. What am I making? What do I even say to you? I wasn't planning on filming. And then I got all the recipes ready and I was like, well, I might as well just share with you. Okay, so I'm going to make, have I made this before? I don't think so. It is slow cooker Hawaiian pulled pork. Because it has pineapple in it. Listen, I bought this pineapple juice for an arm and a leg and my firstborn, so you better believe I'm gonna use it all up. And then a corresponding side dish that I found, pineapple coleslaw. I figured 2 items I can prep in the morning. The meat can cook in the slow cooker. I can throw the coleslaw in the fridge. It'll like do its thing all day and it'll be delicious by the time we get home. And maybe I'll throw some rice in the Instant Pot because that's how my kids like to eat pulled pork. But I also got hamburger rolls for it too. Publix Deli hamburger rolls. Oh my gosh, it's the best. Okay, and then I'm gonna make monster protein balls. They're different than the recipe I shared with you the other day because that one had milk in it. And I don't know about that being like shelf stable really. So I found a different recipe and then Italian tortellini pasta salad. I'll see if I get to that, I don't know. I got high hopes and low expectations. So let me throw everything together for the pulled pork. I'm just gonna throw some oil into a skillet. It's better if it is like a heavy bottom thing. I'm just putting a sear on the pork and I'm gonna let it heat up before I throw the meat on there. All right, we'll see how this is. Not the best sizzle, but we'll work with it. And I'm gonna season this with a little bit of salt and pepper. I'm gonna flip it over. I'm not trying to cook it all the way through. I'm just trying to get some color on it. Lock in the juices. Okay, that looks good. I'm just gonna throw that into the crock pot and then work on the juices. You need just a few ingredients. It calls for, well, I was gonna do crushed pineapple. It calls for something else, but I realized that would be maybe too much pineapple. So I'm just gonna do pineapple juice instead. Ketchup, some cocoa aminos, garlic, chicken broth. I've got ginger over here and that leaning tower of pineapple in the back is looking real good, but that's for the coleslaw. I'm gonna throw some pineapple juice in here. I don't know, maybe a 1/4 cup, 1/3 cup, 1/2 cup. Let's do a little more. It is called pineapple Hawaiian. No, it's not. It's called Hawaiian pulled pork. I'm gonna do a cup of chicken broth. I'm gonna throw in some freshly minced garlic, a 1/4 cup of soy sauce or cocoa aminos, and I'm just looking, I forgot a very important ingredient. Is there a lid in here? How did this end up in there? Did that just fall off? Brown sugar. I'm gonna do like a 1/4 cup brown sugar. I'm gonna throw some ketchup in here, like a 1/4 cup of this too. If I had ginger paste, I would throw that in, but I don't. I have this fresh ginger, so I have to take my time to mince it, but just a little bit of this goes a really long way and it can get kind of spicy. So I'm taking just a little chunk like this, size of your big toenail. I'm gonna throw this in too, just like that. And then I'm gonna give it a mix. Normally I would just throw this straight into the crock pot with everything else, but I don't know, the ketchup really messed me up. I was like, how is that gonna easily mix? And whatever, I did it this way. I've got some regrets. Once it's all mixed, I'm just gonna dump it straight over the meats. And cook this on low. Low and slow is the way to go. And I don't know if you noticed, but I switched over my beautiful boards book to summertime fun, because that's what it's all about today. I'm feeling very summery with the recipes I picked out, and don't judge my crock pot. Next up, I'm going to work on the coleslaw. It is pineapple coleslaw. You wanna see all the ingredients first? Super simple ingredients, and they're gonna taste real good. I have cilantro. This is so good. Some jalapeno, lime, a little bit of apple cider vinegar, non-fat Greek yogurt. You can probably use, I don't know, what do people use in coleslaw? Sour cream or something? Mayonnaise? I don't know, that's what I'm using. Pineapple, gonna cut that up fresh, and then some coleslaw. It's just a bag of 16-ounce coleslaw mix. So I'm gonna start by chopping up this pineapple. I'm gonna cut it into pretty small pieces.
So listen, for us, it is feeling like summertime, okay? It's actually the beautiful part of summertime, which some would call spring, where in Florida, the humidity is pretty low and the weather is just divine, delicious, absolutely amazing. But I am seeing that for a lot of you, it's actually like snowing still. So I apologize for all the summer vibes I'm giving off, but that's how I'm feeling. And this pineapple is kicking it off for me.
This is a really great pineapple too, by the way. It's like perfection. It smells great. It's really fragrant. And I looked, it's from Whole Foods. Is food better from Whole Foods? I don't know. Next up, I'm going to take a pretty substantial handful of cilantro. You know what? Let's take a little more, I mean, at this point, I might as well do the rest of it, right? All right, I'm gonna do a whole bushel. I do this, wait, is this a little dill in here? Oh my heavens, this is dill snuck in here. That's just a bonus. I'm gonna save this for something else. I'm just gonna cut this up, mince it. I do stems and all. I feel like the stems are so fragrant and flavorful, why waste them? This coleslaw is so fresh. Now I'm gonna dice up the jalapeno. Ooh, what does this mean? It's red on the inside. Does that mean it's bad? I don't think so. Maybe immature? Yeah, probably. It doesn't smell too spicy. I'm gonna seed it. I'm salivating. I'm gonna seed it and then, I don't want it to be too hot. All right, looks good. So for the like juices of the coleslaw, the, I don't know, moisture to make it coleslaw, I'm gonna throw in a cup of Greek yogurt. This is just a good thing to have on hand. I feel like I used to never have Greek yogurt on hand, but I use it for so much. Couple teaspoons of apple cider vinegar. Just gonna do it by the capful. I don't wanna accidentally go overboard. I'm just gonna do 1 teaspoon because a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. I'm gonna throw in a couple tablespoons of sugar for sweetness. And the juice of a lime. Should we also zest this? Why not? I'm gonna throw some zest in here too. We'll make it extra limey. And I'm just gonna throw the juice from the whole lime in here. This is the perfect example of fresh herbs, fresh citrus. Always elevates a dish. I'm gonna mix all of this together. Well, I may need a bigger bowl. Oopsie goodness. Coleslaw, I'm gonna throw the whole bag of coleslaw in here. It will shrink down a little bit, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to get it all in here. All right, I'm gonna toss it all into a bigger bowl. Before you dismiss this, because like I'm not a huge fan of coleslaw, but with all of these ingredients added, it makes it so fresh and delicious. Oh my gosh, loved it. I feel like I made this maybe last summer. It was really good. I mean, just look at that. I'm gonna throw saran wrap in this and throw it in the fridge and let those flavors really develop. Next up, I'm going to throw together the, what are they called? I can't get over this name. I should just name them something else. Monster balls. That's a good one. All right, I just had to wash a bowl. I don't know how I have 100 bowls in this kitchen, but somehow I have like only 3 favorite. And I only like to use those. I should just get rid of the rest. But I use it doesn't matter. Okay, so where are we gonna start here? I usually use my KitchenAid, but don't get me started on that because it hurts my heart. This peanut butter jar is real gross and slick. What was I saying? Oh, my KitchenAid bowl. Oh my gosh. I can't pull it out. It hurts my heart. 1 cup of peanut butter going in here. You know, trying out all these other recipes for energy things, balls, I'm realizing my recipe, my original recipe, is pretty much the best. I'm not biased or anything. 1/2 cup of honey falling in here. I just feel like the added benefit from the chia seed and the flax seed, it's just so great. I'm doing 1/2 cup of honey. You could do, I used to do agave nectar. You can do maple syrup if you have that. Just adding that touch of sweetness. And this honey, oh my gosh, is the best. It's from Thrive Market. I just think honey in general, we don't deserve the bees. Maybe jelly would work. Can you make peanut butter and jelly balls? I'm sure you can. Anyway, I'm going to add 3 heaping scoops of protein powder in here. This is just, oh my gosh, I'm reaching the end. I just have vanilla protein powder. Actually, this is vanilla and coconut. Yeah, not yet. I'm gonna do 4 scoops. Oh my word. I don't know if I thought this out enough. I think I have extra oats. 2 cups of oats, and I'm gonna do 2 1/4 cups actually, if I have it, which I don't think I do, sadly. A scant 2. I know I have extra oats, but do I feel like getting them? No. And then I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of these mini M&Ms. These are magic. There they go. So colorful, so bright. That's what makes this recipe so fun. And then a 1/4 cup of, it's like a scant 1/4 cup of chocolate chips. I just feel like the recipe actually calls for a 1/2 cup. No, thank you. I think an 1/8 cup would suffice. I'm gonna mix this up, and then if it is too liquidy, because I did add a little bit more peanut butter, I'll just throw some flaxseed in here because I really don't feel like hunting for my overstock oats. I just think they're on a high cabinet and I'm baby wearing, and I think it'll be fine. All right, well, I'm not gonna have to add anything because this is pretty dry. I can form it into a ball. Well, no I can't. No I can't. All right, here it is. It will work. You just can't roll them, you have to more like form them into a ball. That's pretty good.
Okay, I have to be completely honest with you. I ruined these. I ruined them. I added milk. I just thought, you know what? The last ones I made were so great and they had milk. So I added a little splash of milk. A little splash. Completely ruined it. I don't know what the heck. And then I saw Meredith doing dishes. Oh my gosh, so I had to capture that moment. I thought it was just the sweetest. But yeah, it's just like in my head, one day she's going to be like a grown adult doing dishes. And I just, like in my head, oh my gosh, couldn't even fathom, could not comprehend. You know, it's hard to wrap your head around stuff like that. Or at least my head. Sorry, I should make more I statements. Anyway, so these balls, as you can see, the little splash of milk I added in, I swear it was probably a couple tablespoons. The M&Ms were like bleeding and the texture was all off. Anyway, they still got eaten.
Well, it's not quite time to go to the beach. This one is still fast asleep. So I figured, let me just whip up breakfast. Even though I was proactive and I bought donuts, I feel like no one is eating them. What? Who are these people living in my house? So I'm gonna throw together, what are they officially called? Sausage and hash brown breakfast burritos. Sounds like a hit. I almost wanna add veggies to them, but I don't know, I'm not gonna do it. So simple, all you need are some wraps. These are extreme wellness high fiber, and when they say high fiber, they mean 17 grams of fiber in this crap, and then 8 grams of protein in one wrap. They're massive. I got 2 packages of those because they were buy one get one free, so I guess I'm gonna double the recipe and then we'll have burritos, breakfast burritos to eat for the next few days. 2 pounds of sausage, ground sausage, pork sausage. And then I have some egg whites. If you want to use all eggs, you do that. But I have 2 cartons of the egg whites that I need to use up by yesterday. And then I have some normal eggs, which I'm gonna just do half of each. So let me start by throwing in the sausage. I'm just gonna do it all over a skillet. The recipe says to like throw them, and you need hash browns and cheese. Whoops, okay, even more ingredients. So I just got these hash browns and it says to like throw them in the oven and all that. I'm not gonna preheat my oven. I'm just gonna throw them onto the stovetop after I cook my sausage. By the way, this recipe is on Elise Ellis's Instagram. You guys know, I just adore her recipes. They are just quick, easy, simple, and always delicious. All right, I got all the sausage out and I kept as much of the fat in there as possible because I'm going to throw the hash browns straight in there and let those cook. These are supposed to be Southern style. I don't even know what that means. I thought they would have like maybe be seasoned or have some veggies in it, but they're not. So I'm just going to season them with a little bit of salt and pepper. While that cooks, I'm gonna throw the eggs together. And I'm still unsure of how many I need. I guess a lot. So 2 pints of the egg whites. I get these from Costco. It comes in a carton or a box with like, I don't know, 9 or 12 cartons. And it's worth it because it's so much cheaper when you get from Costco, but I have trouble using them all up. And then I'm gonna crack in 12 eggs. I may need a bigger bowl for this, but you know me, I'm just gonna make it work with what I have. I definitely don't wanna wash another bowl. Good enough. All right, these sound nice and crispy, so I'm gonna try to give them a split. I'm gonna season the eggs with salt and pepper, season every layer. There's a lot of eggs in there. No one wants a bland breakfast sandwich, even though I'm making burritos. Oh no, got a little out of hand there. I looked away for a second. Okay, these are looking good, nice and crispy. I'm gonna throw the eggs in. Oh boy.
To cook the eggs, I just take a rubber spatula like this and just keep them in motion, and that makes the perfect egg.
Holy crap, look how big these are.
I actually don't think I showed you with the eggs. Did I add them this time around? I don't know if I added any like half and half or heavy cream, but that makes them extra fluffy. But I mean, eggs, they're hard to get perfectly right, I feel like, and these were perfectly right. I needed a bigger scoop for this, so for the next batch I did grab a bigger scoop, but I did 2 scoops of everything. I really underestimated how large and in charge these burritos were. Oh my, I can feel in my mouth right now, which is so strange, the texture that they are when I'm eating them, and because it's just so much. It's just so much food in one. And I had food left over, which you'll see that I just dumped all together and made kind of a unrolled burrito or I don't know what it's called. Just a bunch of unstuffed. It doesn't matter. I just threw it in a bowl instead of a burrito. Anyway, so this is a lot. For one burrito, Alex is like, I don't know if I'll be able to eat the whole thing. Sure enough, he did. And then asked for seconds, so I'm just kidding. But they're large and in charge. Ate them. They were delicious. Would make them again. I forgot to add the cheese on this round of burritos. That's my fault. I don't know. I always forget. I kind of like it without it anyway. Maybe it was just an unconscious decision that I made. And then I also would suggest adding hot sauce to it because I've just been eating it with hot sauce. Oh, I'm salivating right now. I guess it's time for me to eat another one. But these have lasted several days for us, and I've been eating one every morning. I think maybe one day I had 2, one for lunch. They're good.
Well, a couple more things. I gotta get packed for the beach. It's always chaotic around here. I'm hoping to get my toenails painted before we leave, but I'm gonna pack the food up before then. I'm gonna make salami sammies. I'm gonna cut up some more fruit, grab some snacks, whatever else I need. Water too, need some water. Ooh, I haven't done that yet today.
I don't know what the heck I just said. Drank, I haven't done what yet today? Drank water? Probably not. Some days I really notice the difference when I don't, because it's the weekend, so my routine is a little off, and I don't think I drank the liquid IV. Anyway, I've really been enjoying that. I also ordered some like more natural ones off of Thrive Market, so we'll see how those are too. Okay, salami and mustard Sammy's on a Chicago roll. Can I get an amen? Some of you are like, what the heck did you just say? You guys, this is a staple for my family anyway. Bring in a salami and mustard sandwich on a nice crusty piece of bread to the beach. While we were at the beach, I sent a picture that we were at the beach and that I had a Chicago roll with salami and mustard, and I sent it to one of my cousins who then sent it to her aunt, or I guess they were together. Anyway, so my aunt was like, oh, she's at the beach with a salami sandwich? Come on. So anyway, it's a thing for my family. I know some families have certain things that they always bring to the beach. So I wonder what my kids will be reminiscent of when they're packing for the beach. Like what foods will remind them of the beach, you know? Probably a salami and mustard sandwich because I'm forcing it on them. It's just so good. Anyway, Meredith is clearly helping me chop up the watermelon. She's real good at it. She's honing in on her knifing skills, okay? Rome wasn't built in a day, all right? She's doing a great job. I think she was eating more than cutting, but as you can see, she's basically Julia Child's protege. I love that. She's just the sweetest. Okay. And then I went up and finished cutting the rest of the watermelon for her just into pieces, threw it in there, and we had watermelon for days and days. This was only half of the watermelon, by the way. I cut the other half, I don't know, a few days before that. I feel like maybe I filmed that day too. Maybe it was the day before. Don't ask me anything about a timeline because I don't have a clue. All right, this is the second pineapple I wasn't planning on cutting, but as I left the first one out, wait, did you see me cut it? Yeah, we made the coleslaw in this video. Okay, I'm so lost. Anyway, I left it out and people were just, snacking on it. So I thought, well, I might as well cut up the second one while I have a minute. And that it didn't take long for that one to go eaten as well. That was not a proper sentence, but nothing I ever say is. Okay, I'm finally packing the bag. Yes, I packed glass to the beach. It was my mistake. I don't have any more plastic ones. I don't know where the heck they keep on going. Maybe it was full of food prep in my fridge. I don't know. So I'm packing this cooler, but I also pack a second cooler because I realized, it's not just us. We're actually meeting people there. And then a couple cousins were coming with us. So I figured, I might as well just pack more than not enough. I'd rather always have more food than not enough. There's nothing worse than running out of food, especially when you're at a place like the beach because you don't want to leave and eat. You don't want to sit at the beach hungry. Oh, talk about nothing worse, right? So I always pack more than what I think we would need, especially when we're needing to, or when I'm expecting to share with other people. So yeah, that's what I packed a second cooler and that was good. And then I tidied up my kitchen. I don't think I filmed all of it, but I filmed some of it for you. Emptying my dishwasher, still baby wearing, I don't know what we were waiting on. Was he falling asleep? No, he's awake. I don't know what we were waiting on to leave, but we didn't leave until way later in the day. Noon 30. I was like, oh my gosh, what is happening? I like to get stuff done before evening. Come evening time, I'm over it. But anyway, I was glad. I didn't want to come home to a messy house, so I was kind of glad that I had an extra minute or two, and by a minute or two, I mean probably like 15, 20 minutes to tidy everything up and make sure we didn't come home to a complete disaster because I knew we were going to still need to eat dinner and probably mess up the kitchen again, So might as well clean it 3 times rather than just once. That's my logic. All right, Am I emptying the dishwasher still or loading it? Doesn't matter. Doing something with the dishwasher. Have you heard the thing on Instagram? I feel like I've shared this with you. It's like, no matter how well you do it, you're still going to have to clean your kitchen again. And isn't that the truth? Did Meredith already come in and dance? Oh my gosh, she was so adorable when she did that. It made me smile. Oh no, she hasn't come in yet. Oh, I ruined the surprise for you. Surprise! Kids always do the cutest things when you take the time to watch them do it. Although sometimes I will say, oh my gosh, my kids are like, watch this. I'm like, uh-huh. And then they'll do like the dumbest thing, like lift their leg up. Oh, wow, that's so amazing. You know. Okay, apparently that cup was not something that Meredith needed to be washed. She was like, that is my cup. And it's actually not even her cup. I don't know why she likes it the most. It's like one of those things where it's supposed to have like a wire ball for a protein shake or whatever. She always spills it without fail every time. I'm like, oh, whatever, pick my battles. She'll figure it out one day. But today was not that day. She still spilled it. But she's learning, and that's what life is all about. I really think what it is she's kneeling down right now. She's making potions. She gets that from her big sister making potions. And really, I used to do that too, so I can't fault him. It's just fun to mix stuff together. Why is it so fun? Don't ask me questions I don't have the answers to. It just is. Being a scientist, one day, you never know what they're going to turn out to be. I'll tell you what, I never knew that I would turn out to be a YouTuber. But I did practice for it my whole life by talking to myself all of the time. Okay. So anyway, I'm just tidying up the kitchen. I am using the e-cloth, which I have been enjoying. I really do like the Blue Land sprays. But my kids also like them, so they take them to clean up and then they don't put them back. So sometimes I don't have them under the sink readily available. So I've just been using this all-purpose e-cloth, I think. And it does the trick. It picks up a lot of crap. And how often am I supposed to wash this thing? Because it says do not use like a cleaning solution on it. And also like don't use soap. I don't know. I use, what's it called? Dish soap on it just to give it a good rinse down. Because sometimes it gets real grody. I should probably wash it more than I actually do, but I feel like wringing it out with dish soap is kind of like washing it, so there's that. I guess good enough in my head. But it does pick up a lot, and it does leave my counters looking really nice. So I've been using that a lot. And then the window cloths too. I like them all, but those are the two that I gravitate towards the most. The stainless steel one isn't my favorite. I feel like you have to really buff it out to make it not, leave streaks and stuff, which is like, you have to do that with every stainless steel cleaner. So it's up to however much effort you want to put into it. All right, and if you can believe it, that's it. And it's time to head to the beach where it was extremely windy. Heads up.
Salt air and the rest on your door. I never needed anything more. Whispers. I'm serenading you guys with T Swift. You're welcome. Doubt you can even hear me. It's windy as crap. Windy as crap. Yeah.
I never know if you'll be able to hear me when it's super windy. Clearly, you could hear my amazing singing while I was serenading you with T Swift. Of course, the second we got to the beach, Wolfgang fell asleep. But we enjoyed the waves a bit and the ocean. And it's not the ocean, it's the Gulf, by the way. If you're wondering where I live in Tampa. So we head to the Gulf of Mexico. That's what shore we're on. Some people go to the Atlantic if they're on the other side of the state. But you can tell a clear difference if you're on the Atlantic coast versus the Gulf of Mexico because of the waves. These are very mild. And if you're on the Atlantic coast, the waves are humongo. And I don't think we've ever been there as a family, just because it doesn't make sense. We're all the way in Tampa. You know what I mean? Okay, so, there's the salami sandwich. That's the little picture. I love how when you take pictures in live, it translates into video. That's my favorite. It's just so sweet. Playing in the sand. Clearly, Wolfgang woke up after a little bit, and he didn't want to miss out on the action. And I just love watching my kids interact with each other and loving on each other and playing with each other. And Wolfgang's enjoying the sand. He's exploring. I guess Wentworth wanted to put him in a box. I don't know what that was all about. But cuteness overload. I just love watching him explore the sand. And we have sand in our backyard. So he is kind of used to the texture. But it's always still a good time when he's playing with it and exploring. And, we met friends at the beach. And it was just so nice. And we are gearing up for our week at the beach, actually. So you guys know every summer we spend a week at the timeshare that we have at the beach. And it's just such an amazing time. So if you're wondering, oh my gosh, there's hardly any people in the water at the beach, it's because it's like a private access type of area thing. So there's not always a lot of people here, which is nice. Today, on this day, there was actually more than usual. And it's not so dead that your kids don't play with other kids, which is what we like, but it's not so crowded where you're like, oh my gosh, I can't even think there's so many people. So anyway, we're gearing up for that. And this summer, we are actually meeting up with so many friends and family members for our week at the beach. So it should be really interesting seeing how the food pans out. I'm not sure how that's going. Am I feeding everyone? Am I feeding everyone some nights and the other? I don't know. We'll figure it out though. I'm excited.
I don't know if you can hear me. I'm just trying to catch I have no babies in my arms. Just trying to enjoy the summer sunshine, even though it's not summer. Can you even hear me? Am I wasting my time? It's been a grand old time. We're probably going to stay until the sunset. Beautiful day outside. Windy, semi-cloudy in some spots. But that's when you get sunburned, so that's when you have to be extra careful. Okay, bye.
I just wanted to share a few photos that I got at the beach. Oh my gosh, such a sweet time. I don't know. I can't be the only one who loves photos this much. And I know people are turning more toward video these days. But still, there's nothing like a good photo that you can hang on the wall or just look back to, It's just so sweet. And I've been enjoying the portrait mode on my camera or phone, whatever, so much more lately. And I don't know, it just makes everything pop, makes everything look so much nicer. But the downfall of that is you don't have the live video that comes with just a normal photo. On live mode anyway. And yeah, so I just grabbed a couple. Obviously, I got ones of the bigger kids too, but they're with other people, so I just didn't share them. His first time in the Gulf, so sweet. Also, I shared a clip, so maybe we can just breathe for 1 minute together. Also, I got sunburned, so there's that. We're home and hungry. And this has been cooking all day. See that shredded like butter. I'm just gonna shred this up. Oh my heavens, just look at that, falling apart. The directions say that you can kind of take the juice and add some cornstarch to it, but I'm just gonna let the meat soak up the juices and then throw that on. I will, if I had 2 hands, I would be doing this more effectively, but I don't currently, and I'm going to do a little taste test, mostly because I want to. Delicious. Absolutely magical. All right, I'm gonna shred this, take out the other stuff, and eat. Ooh, that is really, really scrumptious. It's a scrumdiddlyumptious. It was really good. I don't know if I was just really hungry, but both of these things together, fantastic. Our neighbor said the coleslaw had a little bite to it. He's like, what was that? I said, it was a jalapeno, but I seeded it. And what I realized is the red on the jalapeno, I think it's not immature, it's mature, because I think it goes from green to red. I could be wrong about that, but that's what happens with bell peppers too. So if they're on the vine longer, they start to develop a different color. I think. I actually don't know. I should probably Google it or something. I tried real hard to get a really nice clip/picture of this pulled pork, but everything I did, it just looked really wonky with the type of bun that we had. It was more of a crusty bun and not like a soft, soggy bun that would just melt into the stuff. So I kept pushing it down, trying to get a good shot of it. But I think you can understand Food Network is basically about to call me. So I had to get just the perfect shot of this thing. No, I don't. But I don't know. I try. Food photography is not my thing, but I do my best. Okay? These buns were giving me a run for my money. But everything was delicious just as is. Even if you ate it without the bun, I thought it was delicious because I did that as well. You know how you're putting away food and you're just like taking scoops of stuff? Or am I the only one who does that? I don't know. Too busy at the dinner table to actually get a good meal in, so I finish it by just shoveling food in my mouth as I'm putting it away. Anyway, I ended up doing that. The pulled pork was great. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot. And then we got fries with it. Sweet potato fries. Did I share that with you? Here they are, sweet potato fries. I got a bag of normal sweet potato fries and then also ones from Publix brand sweet potato fries were really thick. I didn't show you those, but these thin ones were fantastic. They were Checkers seasoned sweet potato fries, which I had never seen before. Apparently they're new. I went to show you the package, but Alex was on top of the garbage, I guess, that night and already took it out. So I was unable to show you the bag, but just know that it's in the freezer section with the other fries, and it was sweet potato. And I was all over that. And I thought they were great, fantastic. And really, sweet potato fries versus normal fries, there's like, what nutrient difference is there? I'm not sure if much, if any. But some people prefer sweet potato over a white potato. So I thought I'd share that with you. They were delicious. And so was the rest of dinner. Bon appetit. Time to do laundry. I think they're working out there. Clearly, I'm home from the beach. It's actually been a couple of days. We did all the laundry, the towels and stuff. They did it. I didn't put it away or anything. But I do have a fresh load.
to hold with you while I share with you some things. By the way, I was looking just now at the addition. They're here. Or did I just say that? You know, I don't know if it's electrical, plumbing, or air conditioning. I don't know who the heck is working, but there's someone here like every day doing something. Anyway, can lights. That's another thing where I expressed my frustration with this the other day. Lighting, not covered, I'm sorry. I'm not saying a word, not a single word. Just shoveling out more money. Oh my gosh, none of the baskets are here because they just folded all the laundry yesterday, so I'm gonna have to go old school here. I think most of it may be mine and Alex's anyway. Oh good, because I don't have any clothes to wear. When I say I don't have any, I've got plenty. Actually, I've been wanting to go to the thrift store. Okay, this is taking a turn. What I actually wanted to talk about was when I put on my bathing suit earlier that day, I had some feelings about it, and I actually don't like the thoughts that I have surrounding it. Okay, so I put on my swimsuit and just like, ugh. Those were my words. Ugh. I don't like that I had, like that was what came to mind, not, oh, cute, but ugh. I don't think I'm alone in having those thoughts surrounding like bathing suit stuff. But even when it comes to clothes, my closet is riddled with things that don't fit me, which is, I'm only 6 months postpartum, not a big deal. I'm in a transition phase of my life, which is whatever. But I do see these other women, and I try not to compare myself to them. I try to know that I'm on my own journey and my own path, but I see them day postpartum, and they're fitting into all and they're looking great, and I'm like, oh my heavens, how, and why not me? But despite that, I still wore my suit. I still took off my cover up. I still had a good time with playing in the sand with my kids, in the water, whatever. That's not what it's about. It's like my kids couldn't care less that I'm holding on to more weight than I was before. Like, to them, they don't even notice that stuff because it's not a big deal, because they don't care, because honestly, who cares? When you are gone and being remembered, that is not what I will be remembered by. They will not think, ooh, she was the perfect weight. No, they're gonna remember me because of the things I did for them, because of how I made them feel, because I was a good mom, and that has absolutely nothing to do with my appearance. But in my head, the back of my head, I don't know why I'm even conditioned to have the thoughts of like, I don't like that they're there, but they're there. And I know I'm not the only one with them. So I figured I would share that with you. I don't really know the point that I was trying to make, or if I got it across. I feel like I didn't.
Okay, I'm gonna try again. Find your vibe, find your energy, find your light. My body has brought me through so much. I can't even believe that I would ever say anything negative about it. I was listening to someone else on Instagram talk about how they were viewing themselves while it's kind of like a woman across the room thing. She was at the park and looking at everyone else at the park thinking, they're such a great mom. They're so wonderful. Look at them taking time out of their day to spend time with their kids and bring them to the park and yada, yada, yada. When the fact of the matter is she was doing the exact same thing, right? It's like, why are we praising other women for doing the literal same exact things that we're doing to ourselves? But instead of talking positively to ourselves, we have that negative talk. And I shouldn't say we, I should say sometimes I do it, because I don't know if you do it. I hope you don't do it, but I know other women do it. And I'm just going to encourage you right now to say something wonderful about yourself, because I know that you can find at least one thing wonderful to say about yourself right now, or about your day, or about your life. And if you can't think of something, I'm going to tell you right now, you are beautiful, because you are. Look at you. You're amazing. You are a fantastic human being. You are kind. You are vibrant. And if there is something that you would like to change about yourself or your body, you are in a transition period and you are working toward that goal. And that's all I'm going to say, okay? Because that's where I'm at right now. I know I'm in a transition. I know I'm working toward becoming healthier like I was a couple years ago. But it is a work in progress. And I'm doing my best. And I hope you can say the same about you. Thanks for being my friend. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being kind to me when I'm not kind to myself, and I should be.
All right, that is it. Hopefully I was able to properly articulate it a little better. I don't know, make a little more sense of it. But I will say, I was folding some of this and like flipping it, you know, got a little whiff. And I was like, oh my gosh, this still smells like the beach. It's amazing, love that. Why did I even wash it, really? Because why it shouldn't smell like the beach. But then I remembered I have like 2 of these, doesn't even smell anymore, dryer sheets. I've had them for like 5 years. I'm just trying to get through the box. This is the last one, and it is like a method one, but the scent is something to do with sea air or breeze, or I don't know, it smells like the beach. And so that's what I was smelling because I threw it in there. Anyway, that is it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Hope you enjoyed whatever the heck I shared with you today. If you want to subscribe, put a little happy in your day. I'll see you next time.